Former President Trump back in court at this hour. His former fixer, Michael Cohen, is taking the stand again today. It's another day of cross-examination. Should wrap up in the next hour or so. Closing arguments could begin as early as tomorrow in this historic hush money case. The defense is yet to officially announce whether the former president will take the stand before those arguments begin, and the defense will likely call a couple of witnesses. It sounds as though next Tuesday things may start to wrap up, so we still have a little bit of time. Back with us for more on this historic case, Hogan Gidley, former deputy press secretary under the Trump administration, and Democratic analyst Jonathan Harris. Hogan, do you think that a quick trial is problematic for former President Trump? The last few days, he has come out ahead of testimony, seeming as though it's moving too fast for him. How do you read into that?
Well, we've long thought that delays obviously help Donald Trump in these cases because there are sure a lot of them as the weaponization of the federal government and three-letter agencies continue against this man. But what's fascinating is the defense has put on an incredible show up until today, and I'm sure it will continue. But the prosecution has failed on so many fronts. Here we are weeks into this trial. What's the crime? They've still not alleged a crime in this instance. They've been talking about this for a long time. And when we finally got to their star witness, you use someone who's been disbarred, who's been put in jail, who's a convicted felon, who's a liar, and someone who, quite frankly, doesn't look well. He's out on TikTok talking every day, doing his thing, and just got eviscerated last week. Got caught lying on the stand. The jury saw that. Even people on the left, the legal analysts at other networks like CNN and MSNBC had to come out and say, not good. So it doesn't look like the prosecution's going well at all. And there's one reason for that, because Donald Trump didn't do anything wrong. They're trying to create something out of whole cloth here after Biden's DOJ and after Bragg's predecessor decided not to even move forward with this. The FEC said there was no crime here either. So it all looks manufactured. That's a real problem for the prosecution.
Jonathan, has the prosecution delivered? Was Cohen the star witness they promised?
We won't know. We won't know until we find out what the end result is. It's the same thing I say when people talk about polling too much. It's like, it's maybe a little bit of an indicator, but at the end of the day, we'll know what happens on election night. That's how we'll know what worked and what didn't. And that's how this trial is going to work. We're going to know when we get the final decision. And the truth of the matter is, watching these Republicans try to spin this every way they can, I'm surprised they're not dizzy. Why don't you this is the supposed law and order president. All he did was talk about law and order and justice and locking up his opponent with Hillary Clinton, chanting, lock her up, and promising to prosecute her. You didn't think that was using the office of president and the legal justice system to politicize it? Of course not. No, of course you didn't, because that would have been reality. So you didn't think that an obvious use of the justice system and the political offices to manipulate something.
He didn't go after Hillary.
But he didn't do anything he said he was going to do. Where's that wall he promised? He didn't do anything. The point I'm trying to make is
540 miles. You tell me.
It doesn't exist. And I thought Mexico was paying for it.
Why were y'all trying to stop it?
He lied to you. He was an inept leader and lied to you. That's a reality. But what I'm trying to say about this trial is,
I went to the border. I've seen the wall.
Terrific. What I'm saying is that he let law and order play out. If he's the law and order candidate, let it play out. Stop trying to interfere. Stop sending Republican congressmen there to intimidate the jury. Stop having these absurd press conferences every day where you try to dismiss the trial and dismiss the system and call the judge corrupt, and everybody's corrupt and Donald Trump's the victim and his supporters lap it up because he feeds it to them and they love it. Just let the system, let it play out. And if he didn't do anything, then I thought you believed in the system. They'll find he didn't do anything. But if they found that he's guilty of these things and surrounding himself with all these people you say are terrible, Donald Trump thought they were great, that's why he hired them, then he'll be convicted. And let the system do what it does, but stop trying to obstruct and interfere, because it's just hypocritical and it's embarrassing, but it's very typical of Trump supporters.
Hogan,
that's what he's trained them to do.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.